Hey, community, here's what's brewing today.
We on DNR Studios.
That damn George Santos.
And ask your aunties, Brotha in Berlin. So get your cups ready for Minoritea Report.
Hey, welcome to Minoritea Report. It's Auntie Carell.
It's Auntie Dewan.
And it's Auntie Jarrell. Hey, ladies.
How you doing on this cold, rainy monsoon of a day? It's so
Girl,
cold
we
today.
surviving. I mean, we don't have those issues over here. But Fizz then left my ass. He over there in Europe. By the time this come out, he'll be back. But let me tell you, and I was talking to Dewan about this on Sunday. The man could at least left me with a temp. Because let me tell you, this cooking and the cleaning, doing everything by myself, this for the birds. Sorry to you people that's single. I don't know how y'all do it. Let me tell you, it's cuffing season. I understand. Because, baby, 7 years. I ain't had to do this and it's been 84 years. So let me tell you, it's been forever.
A sensible 70,
I've had to.
A sensible 74.
Girl.
Since
I had to do 74. Both this.
And you've leveled up since you've been in a relationship because now you got 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, like
even more to clean.
Right.
When I tell you I use the same bowl, fork, and spoon, the same cup. He's been gone 5 days, no, 6 days. I've cooked 1 time. When I tell you I cooked like a straight heterosexual man, and I made enough for 8 fucking days. So I don't have to cook no more.
I don't blame you. That's how I be.
The bed that he sleep on don't even change. I haven't had to. But I tell you, I sleep like this, y'all, because I don't want to make the whole bed myself.
I know that's right. That's how I be with them here. I'm like, Corey, you be like having every dish in this house in this damn sink, and then be mad at me when I don't feel like loading the dishwasher or something. I'm like, bitch, I had a bowl, a fork.
Girl, let me tell you, got comfortable. He reminded me real quick. Yeah, baby, come home. I need you. I ain't going nowhere. You right. Thanks for the reminder.
He said, just a reminder.
Right.
He said, I'm comfortable in my skin. You feel a little uncomfortable over there.
Baby. Like, the grass ain't greener. Let me just remind you real quick. You gotta do all that shit yourself.
Honey, that's a word.
So next time, Fizz, leave me a temp. Okay, or hire me somebody to come and do
a little tap in, just a little tap in,
girl. Just
ooh, that's kind of a cool idea. I don't know if cool is the word, but interesting idea. It's like you know, it's like just a little fill in for the week. You know, it is what it is. You know,
I just need the cooking and the cleaning. I don't need anything else. I just need the
all
cooking
the
and the cleaning. I don't need.
She wanted Agadar. She wanted Agadar from Birdcage.
I'm just saying, right? Exactly.
You can't handle my Guatemalanness. You won't put me in your show.
Guatemala, Colombia, Brazil, something.
Fizz was like, oh, so that's what you keep me around for? I was like, no, I keep you around for more than that. But it's 50-50 in this house. I don't know about y'all, but it's 50-50. If he cooks, I do the dishes. If I cook, he do the dishes. The thought of having to do both of it, the sweeping, the mopping, and all the rest of that stuff, because now we just... Now I'm at an age where I need to have things look a certain kind of way. Yeah. And to your point, I got twice as much shit to have to clean. Girl.
They make you think twice about the shit you buy, don't it?
Ma'am. Ma'am, I was looking at shit being like, what can go? Because honestly, why?
Trash it all.
I mean, that's low key. That's why we decided to get house cleaners, because I was like, after a point, I'm tired of cleaning these toilets. And I know you tired of cleaning these toilets. And we got to figure something out. This ain't it. This ain't the move. So I'm like, I will gladly pay these coins, split this shit 50-50, and get us a house cleaner. It's saved so many fights in our relationship.
I've been having a maid service for years.
It's the best.
And I'm not like, first of all, it's not like crazy expensive, and it's not like I have them come every week, because
how often do they come?
Every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks. Yep, every 2 weeks. And I always tell them, well, it's the same person. It's been the same person since I've been in New York. But my biggest things that I want them to spend the vast majority of their time on, bathroom and the kitchen. I don't give a shit about anything else. You ain't got to worry about the windows. You ain't really got to worry about dusting. I want you to scrub that bathroom from top to bottom and then take care of the kitchen. And the rest is just icing on the cake. But it is so worth it. I ain't spending my damn Saturdays. Not spending my damn Saturdays trying to turn on some 1980s music.
I was just going to say, because we've been doing this for how long? Since we could walk. The moment you can start walking, grab a little dustpan. Look, you were doing something. Music on,
okay? Look, it's funny you say that because our house, like, so obviously we record this obviously a few days before release. But Dewan and Adam are coming here for Thanksgiving, and today would have normally been the normal house cleaner day, but they called us on Sunday saying they were sick. And I was like, damn. So I literally spent all day Sunday cleaning, and I was like, I haven't spent like an all day like this in a minute. And I was like, this is for the birds.
We're not coming.
No, I'm playing. You ain't got to tell me. You know who you got to tell. It ain't me.
Did you see, bitch? Did you see my face? Did you see my face? Because even I was like,
I
can get over the cleaning part. I know you already on 2 strikes with Corey Edwards. That's who
I was about to say Corey is about to be the one.
Listen, it's 2 strikes by obstacles because
right. But Corey's like, you guilty by association.
Yep. And I 100% understand that energy. That's why I've called him 3 times now. I've called him 3 times. One last week when I was in fucking Bogota, twice this past week. Like, well, no, I'm sorry. I called him twice, but we've been texting. So, yeah.
He's like, I told Dewan to bring champagne and wine. I was like, bitch, you see all that champagne and wine in that refrigerator? Tell him to bring something else. I was like, I don't know why you said that.
I'm bringing some champagne, though.
That's fine. I get
that's very Auntie Shar. We know.
Yeah, absolutely.
I won't even be there, and I knew.
He's like, you ain't gonna have the champagne that I want. And that's A-okay. I get it. I understand that.
You're right.
I know.
It's so funny because I was talking to Corey and I heard you in the background talking over him.
Yes.
There's some old couple shit. We're talking to one person and the other person screaming from the kitchen. And then we got all this wine back here. We got white, we got red, we got rosé. And I started to ask, but what country are they from?
Right. And I thought it later after I said that. Because I was like, Corey, and he just finally admitted today, I was like, Corey, just finally admit to yourself that you just enjoy overdoing things. Like just overcooking, because I was like, there's literally going to be like 6, maybe 7 of us. And the amount of food that we've bought and that he is starting to prepare, you would think we are feeding the whole damn city of Philadelphia. And I'm like, girl. And so this way he's like, no, I just enjoy it. And I was like, there we go. I can accept that now. I can accept that.
Yeah.
It brings you joy.
Yeah, I'm going to take
you
that
be happy
run with it.
And he told me, he was like, oh, and just make sure that you come prepared to eat a lot and take leftovers. And you don't really know that I don't eat like that.
Eat leftovers, no.
And that's what I was told. No. I was like, Dewan,
I'll have
eating like that.
Not like that. Like I'll eat,
right?
I'll eat, but she got a limit.
Honey, so I was like, okay, you know what? If it bring you joy, that's all you got to say then. Mm-hmm. Don't justify no other way except you say it bring you joy. So I'm like, okay, I'm cool now. I'll shut up. But anyway, we have some big news. We just kind of hopped in here, but we have some big news. So we've kind of been teasing it the last few weeks to say when we're going to say it. We are joining the DNR Podcast Network. L. And for those that know, that's Derek and Romaine. A lot of people know Derek and Romaine. They know that name from all the years that they were on like Sirius XM, and then now they kind of branched off and did their own thing and have this podcast network. And so we're the newest show on that network. Hey,
Yep,
hey,
yep.
hey,
Ow,
come on. So starting December 1st, it'll just be another location that you can find us at, specifically on their DNR podcast app. So yeah, and so we're excited to be on there. And then
Really
anyone
excited.
that's new to our show, welcome.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us. Welcome to the community.
Absolutely. I'm excited. This is gonna be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Yes.
I'm waiting
and we recorded with them too.
Yep, I'm waiting for that recorder to drop.
And I think actually, because this is Monday, I think it dropped on Thanksgiving. So community, go over and check out Derek and Romaine. We were on that episode talking about Thanksgiving and all that good stuff. It was a key.
Not the goddamn Cox.
Spell meat. Or was it spell cock or spell meat?
Spell meat.
he said, we're going to meet in the middle. And I said, spell meat. They weren't ready. They were not ready for the energy.
We kind of showed up. Actually, not even showed up. We was ourselves.
It was a fun conversation.
It was a really fun conversation. So we thought it was a cool opportunity to kind of continue to grow our podcast presence and things like that. And so we're just excited for the opportunities that will come out of that, and just the new community members that we'll get out of that. And some of our friends are on this podcast network too. Our friends over at Gayish, our friends over at Relationship Podcast. So it's not too far fetched for us to kind of join the network. And it's an LGBTQIA plus network, and so we're like, you know what, that feels right, at least in this moment in time, you know. So we're looking forward to it.
Yes,
it's a blast.
Oh, and also we've been hinting too, another way to get at us for just any Ask Your Auntie questions and just community questions and community bulletin boards, follow-ups. We now have a hotline that we call the T line, and obviously we'll do Ask Your Aunties later in the episode, but it's 1-844 T-Line. So TEALINE, or that's 1-844-832-5463. And let's see if I can ever remember that, because I can barely remember AYA at Minority Report comment for all these years.
Man. I said, I'm glad that's not my line.
Honey, I'll be struggling.
And now my dyslexic ass. You giving out all kind of wrong numbers.
All kinds of numbers.
Bitch.
Thank you for calling Bed Bath & Beyond. How can I help you?
Right.
Oh, damn. So yes, we're excited about that. So we've been holding that for a little bit, for a couple months here, and things just gotta align. So that starts December 1st. So we know we're maybe a few days early right now with this episode, but starting December 1st, you'll find us over there, and check us out and check out the rest of the shows over there. There's some great shows already on that podcast network. And for those that be like, oh, what does that change where I find you guys? Nope, we still on the Apple Podcast, Spotify, YouTube. If you haven't
it's
subscribed,
me everywhere,
all that good stuff.
damn it.
We're still everywhere. So you're gonna find us on the normal day every Monday, but just another opportunity to find us elsewhere. So
yeah.
And go out and support some gay-owned businesses, not just ours, but like DNR Network. Give them some credit. So if you stream it on Apple, go ahead and scoot on over to DNR and just start streaming on that platform.
Exactly.
So help our numbers
Absolutely. Out. Some subscription. So you might got to pony up a few dollars, but hey. It's what it is. We got to stay afloat. We got to have representation across the spectrum. So,
and ain't we worth it? Come on,
right?
Mm-hmm.
Ain't we worth it?
Come on now,
because we're worth it.
It's our version of OnlyFans.
right. Speaking of OnlyFans, hopefully you caught you a few deals, because I'm sure George Santos caught him a few.
Honey. Here's the thing that I'm still cracking up about, is the fact that he is part of the Republican Party. That's out of all the shenanigans that's going on, that to me still cracks me the F up.
This gay motherfucker.
The true definition of a scammer. Let me tell you, if you're gonna scam anyone, I'm glad he's scamming them bitches.
I guess. But he just making our community look terrible, because it's just like, this motherfucker just doing the most and the least at the same time.
I don't think half them bitches over there even know that he part of the community. Let me tell you, he probably didn't scam the look. Who? They probably confused. They are probably confused, because first of all, they don't even understand pronouns. So I know they don't understand who this man is.
It's like, who is he?
Who is he?
It come to find out that obviously all the lies that we done known he's done spent campaign money, if y'all haven't heard, on several things, including campaign money on OnlyFans. And it says, campaign money on OnlyFans, a pornography subscription service. I mean, OnlyFans could be anything, but I guess that's what we all go for it. Therefore, he also spent money on. I'm trying to find the laundry list. It's a shit ton of stuff. Like it was like
luxury bags.
Says the report says light on Santos'
gowns.
spending habits, including about $10,000 at a high-end retailers as Ferragamo and Hermes, around $2,300 in Atlantic City.
Beautiful gowns.
Right, beautiful gowns. Around $2,300 in Atlantic City for casino visits, and approximately $2,900 labeled as Botox treatments. Santos' post-election spending spree also includes $6,000 at Ferragamo. Oh, so more. Okay. Oh, 6,000 of the 10,000 at Ferragamo, $800 at the casino, and another $1,000 at that ATM near his apartment in Queens. His campaign illegally funded this spending, wiring him $20,000 just after Thanksgiving without disclosure to donors of the Federal Election Commission. So they found all this shit out and then found out the OnlyFans. And I'm curious to see like which OnlyFans he spent his coin on. Like, would you be like, oh, even George Santos spending money on me, you'd be like, damn, I don't want
absolutely
this.
not.
Take it back.
No. You take the coins because I mean, the coins is coins, right?
Right.
But you just don't disclose. Just take it and say nothing.
I have a feeling we will be grossly disappointed by his OnlyFans choices. Like it would be, it would be like the Real Housewives shopping, like like non-pornographic at all. It would be like like Taylor Swift's bird watching, and, or some bullshit like that.
Right.
Not sexy, not cute, not salacious, not anything. Just disappointing. Like you spent
like G, not even PG. That'd be the worst though when you spend the money and then they still don't even really be showing shit. Like you gotta do all the tips and the donations, etc. on top of that. I'm like, bitch, man, I want my $6.99 back.
That's back work.
Back.
That'd be so bad. I just got like 2 weeks ago like that again. I was like, this motherfucker, you ain't even that cute now. Shit.
That's why I don't play them OnlyFans games. I just like, I'll just go to Twitter and see what's going on Twitter. And if they playing the stupid games on Twitter, like, oh, you got an OnlyFans, but you showing everything but the tip. Okay. Next.
That's a word though. That's so true.
Like, like in our group chat, when like we'll like share like somebody's like, little sexy IG pic. First thing I do is run all over to Twitter. Okay, well, between Corell and I.
Right. You so do.
I'm going to stand in my shit right.
Should I be doing like the scrappy, dappy dude running in place?
Right.
Going over there to Twitter.
Y'all know I'm lying. I'll just say when we go into Croatia. So I literally just said that. Not even 24 hours.
A bitch was already there. I was like, oh, y'all ain't here yet? I know Jarrell over there having FOMO about Palm Springs, having me hunting down this man in Palm Springs. She be right there too. Don't let her lie.
I finally said, I think it was this past weekend, I was like, why do y'all keep showing these stupid like IG posts? Just skip to the good stuff and send me the Twitter handle or whatever.
Seriously.
Because
that's true.
Sometimes it's a little struggle trying to find that stuff because like you got to go to their Instagram page, then click on their link and hope that it's there. And if the link tree doesn't have it, then you have to find their name and then you have to choose whether or not it's the actual name or the @ name, and then go over to X and then type that shit in and see if that works.
I'm so glad that I'm not the only one that be doing this, like, investigating. We're all FBI agents, damn it. Like,
I mean, if you don't put it out there, just put it out there.
We all learned in school to do your research.
Honey, period. That's a word.
I'm just asking for a friend.
So I guess George Santos buying the OnlyFans. Right.
I said me, and I said, huh?
But I guess this does prove that George Santos is gay, because that's what all the community does, spend our money on OnlyFans. So okay, I guess that proves a little point. But But girl, bye. And he's saying that he's not going to run now because he doesn't want to put his family through this again. And I'm like, girl,
he's probably adopted. Like everything out of his life is a goddamn
probably adopted. Stop.
You know, you talking about his family, girl. You ain't got no family. You adopted.
You ain't got no damn family.
You was born in a petri dish. You were like,
damn.
Like,
but I mean, like he didn't lie about so much, though. I mean, he didn't lie about so much. Who knows? Honestly, who knows? I just
this man just
I
feel
bad for him.
I don't.
I feel bad for him. I just
Why?
and I guess I feel bad just in the sense of like you've had to go all this time in your life at some point getting away with shit like this, and no one's ever really crossed your path to be like to either whoop your ass for lying or check your ass for lying or just honestly be like, bitch, who are you? Like, you got so many yes people in your life that it got to this far. We're talking about the fucking US government, yo. Like, we're not talking about a regular corporate ass job. Like, the amount of people that hits.
Oh boy.
Thank you. I was like, oh boy was president, so I ain't too surprised no more about shit.
But I mean, that's him with an access to amount, but to to money that will allow that to happen.
Yeah.
Who is this motherfucker? Like, I mean, I just don't know how someone can go their whole life like that with not that same level of access.
He's like that chick that always gets caught doing sign language and don't know how to do sign language. He's like Tyra Banks in that modeling show at the computer desk, just typing FK, 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 FK.
Girl. Wait, wasn't that lady who was in the sign language? That was in Florida too, wasn't it? Bitch.
There was one in Florida and there was one in New York.
Yeah. There was two of them. That shit low-key was so funny though.
That was funny though. That was funny. I found that.
Because I took a like once the second I saw it, I was like, I don't think she know how to sign. And sure enough, that was the thing.
Yo,
I took your sign language in college, so I know a little bit.
So the fuck out there. It was a facial expressions for me.
Then she started throwing AKA signs and shit. Like,
she thought she was like LaFonda and shit, like Napoleon Dynamite.
That is a throwback reference. Oh my God.
Yeah. That took me out.
That took everybody out. That's
George Santos.
Lord, Jesus,
he probably celebrates Canadian Thanksgiving with this like.
Done. I'm so done. Oh God. So we'll see what happens with it. Somehow they can't vote this motherfucker out either. Like I don't know how he's still in there. Like he's like herpes or something like that. Shit just never go away.
I don't know what is going on with I don't know if it's like the ethics committee or however it is that stuff works, but like for some reason with all the stuff that he's been doing, they still are keeping him in there.
Motherfucker out.
He can't not until he's convicted. He has to go on trial first before he can be relieved of his duties. And by the time all that happens, his time will have been up. So that's why he's not on any committees. Like he doesn't have any official duties because that's the amount that they can do with.
He's sitting at the lunch table by himself and everything.
Girl, in the bathroom eating by himself like this.
Right.
He needs to, Andy Cohen needs to sweep in there because this would be some bomb ass television to follow his ass. I want to see him, Omarosa,
Mom,
and Tammy Ronan on a show together. Oh, and throw in I Love New York in there too. I would love to see that.
Tiffany already destroying Omarosa.
Girl, that was a read.
Honey,
that was a read.
She was only on 3 episodes? She was only on 3 episodes before she got voted off, and she didn't read everybody to goddamn filth in that whole house. And I'm like, this is the stupidest decision ever to get rid of her. I even wrote to the like on Twitter, or whatever. I just even wrote them like, this was the stupidest decision ever to write her off the show. Let her get voted off within
show.
3. Like after that, what was the point of watching the show?
Yeah, that should have been a producer's choice to be like,
right.
Nah,
That's when you just make up a new rule that the cast just didn't know at the time.
Right.
Oh,
or,
new rule.
Or you get to bring. Or you get to bring her back like 2 episodes later, you know, like, oh, this redemption challenge and she gets to come back or whatever. But they missed the boat on that one because the ratings just tanked.
I believe it.
I believe it too.
She knows it. She just good television. She knows it.
Really
I mean, she ain't been around for 20 years for reality TV for nothing.
Honey.
Oh, man. And then some more news here, some more serious news at this point. There's a new Florida bill that they're aiming to bring the Don't Say Gay into workplaces. It says here, a Florida Republican, of course, wants to expand some of the states' Don't Say Gay gender identity restriction into the Sunshine State's workplaces. Let's say his name, Representative Ryan Chamberlain. So remember that to vote his ass out. Yep. A bill that would ban government employees from being required to use the preferred pronouns of their colleagues, prohibits the penalization of employees on the basis of deeply held religious or biology-based beliefs, and makes it unlawful for nonprofits or employers receiving state funds to require employees to undergo training on matters of sexual and gender identity or gender expression. So Florida out here stay tripping. But I guess my question, obviously we hate this, blah, 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 but even like Dewan, in HR, like how would even companies be able to enforce something like this? Like, do you go, oh, everyone wipe out your pronouns off your signature and everybody, like, what the fuck? And like, how would you enforce that? And then is there something internally that you could be like, we don't have to follow this?
Well, I don't know all the specifics about what the bill is being about the specifics of the bill. But what I understand, or based on my understanding, it's eliminating the requirement of ... And so that means that you are not required to participate in training. You're not required to have certain kinds of, like systems in place that accommodate these kinds of acknowledgements. Doesn't mean that you cannot. And again, like I said, I don't know the full thing. So it's highly unlikely that this will pass, especially given that this is like aimed at federal facilities and things of that nature. This would be a better question for Z, I think, if we can get him to comment on this as this thing kind of evolves. But from an enforcement standpoint, it's really easy because that's one less thing that you have to do. To be honest with you, I mean, it's very easy to be non-inclusive, and we always say it's an act of intention to be inclusive. And so, to strip away the requirements of using gender pronouns, providing self-affirming healthcare to your employees, all the other things, those are additional not additional benefits. I don't want to say it's like that. Those are actions that help create much more inclusion. But this would remove a lot of those restrictions. I would also venture to say that this will likely not be supported by a lot of big businesses that are out there that want to attract talent, because the more conservative that laws are introduced, the more difficult it is for organizations within that state to attract talent. So if you look at what happened with Texas, the state of Texas, and a lot of the states that are banning abortion and having this war on reproductive rights, the amount of people that typically would be moving to those states for job opportunities have decreased significantly. And those businesses are hurting because it's already, and a lot of us know, it's already difficult to attract talent as it is. Everybody out there getting Onlyfans. Everybody there driving their fucking car for Uber and Lyft. Like, people doing it for themselves. So corporations are really struggling to find talent, and things like this, although it promotes a political ideology, it significantly hurts commerce. You look at what they did with with immigration and trying to prevent quote unquote illegal immigrants from working within their state. And it ended up backfiring because now all the white people that own the farms got to work them goddamn farms, and now their hands all busted up and broken and shit, and all the oranges that they picking off are all bruised and can't sell them and whatnot. Like, it hurts the economy. So, Florida just keeps digging themselves into a hole, and to what end, I really don't know. But from an HR perspective, most companies that are worth their salt will ignore the requirement and will continue to offer these inclusion tactics because they want to make sure that they're being attractive to the broadest audience of candidates or talent that's out there. And
I'm reading this one point here. It says one major point of concern raised by this bill is targeting. So maybe it's just specifically nonprofit organizations, because it says targeting nonprofit organizations and barring tax-exempt groups from conducting any training, instruction, or other activity on sexual orientation, gender identity, or gender expression. The bill could have negative repercussions on nonprofits, medical clinics, and advocacy organizations that work with the members of the LGBTQ community. So it almost seems like it's almost another back loophole or some, back way to eradicate, non-binary and trans communities and things like that of the medical things that they need, because they're now not getting the funding from this, the state that they needed or have relied on in the past. So 2024 is coming up. It's a big election year.
Don't boo, vote.
Don't boo, vote. And if you ain't registered, you got plenty of time now to register. It's got plenty of time to get that new license, do whatever to clear your record up, whatever you need to do. It got some months here to get out there, because this isn't going away, and it's impacting our community specifically. It's impacting the Black and brown communities even more so than even just LGBTQIA as a whole. And we got to stop this shit. It's just like, we have a voice, we have a vote, utilize it, please. Thank you. So
look, now that Brandon ain't in Florida no more, the hurricane can come and take that bitch.
Go.
He was the one reason when I was like, no, not my Judy.
Right.
Now that Brandon ain't there no more,
she ain't there no more.
Take it.
It's like, let it go over, back out to the ocean. Don't hit Atlanta and all that. Yeah, it's wild, and it's interesting too, just to see a lot of the Hispanic communities down there. And I get it. It's like, it's the same reason a lot of the Black communities don't trust the government, even the Democratic parties. But it's just interesting how hard they're writing potentially for Republican candidates, because and it's I don't know. It's just
and what they say, there was that article that came out this week too that said by, was it 2060, that a fourth of Americans will be Latino.
Oh, it's not already there? I would
it's the fifth.
It's
the fifth. It's the fifth right now. By then, they said it would be like 26.7% or something like that.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, we'll beat this to the ground throughout the 2024. But it's new bills are popping up all the time. They're trying to make sure they do it around the holiday time that we might forget. We ain't forgetting. So, let's see here. I got switching another hard curve here. Another at least cultural moment that I'm enjoying is the reprise of Keyshia Cole's "Love" right now. Like, it's all over social media. It's all over sports. It's all over everywhere. Even though she cussing out her lighting team, she's like, turn the motherfucking lights off. But it's just interesting how TikTok can make some of these songs just re-blow up for like kids ain't never knew who Keyshia Cole was. And I'm here for it, because "Love" is a dope ass song. That song still goes.
There was this post on Instagram, and they were talking about like, how does young generation know this song that was before them? And it was cool because one of the young men, like a young man, jumped in there and was like, this song reminds me of cleaning and hanging out with my mom. Like, my mom know this song. and it hit me, and I was like, damn. I was like, we are now at an age where our favorites from when we were younger are now becoming those songs that are like our parents did to us that were their favorites when we were kids, right?
Yeah.
And the moment he said that, I was like, damn.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
It makes sense. Because, like, when did that song come out? 2006, maybe?
Maybe even before that. I want to say 2004.
Let's see here. Let's look this shit up because you might be right on that. Let's see. 2005.
2005. Yeah. So it's
2006. January 2006. Yeah. So wow.
The album or the song came out in 2006?
Let's see here. The song. Let's see here. The album. Okay, the album came out in 2005. The song released on January 6th as the album's fourth and final single. Yep. So
okay, that's what I'm saying. Because I was like, that was the year I graduated. So I was like,
okay.
I was kind of doing the math, trying to do the math, anyways.
I used to think that I wasn't fine enough.
I honestly, I love it
wasn't
so
fine enough.
much, and I wish she was. I hate to say it, but I wish she was still that person today. You know, like
because she was like the new age Mary J. That's what we called her back then. We're like, she gave us that new age Mary J. Where she's not the best singer on earth. She's singing her face off, but it's just like she got some sharp notes in there, but it was fucking passion. And you felt that shit. You're like, don't fuck with Keyshia Cole. Like that's Keyshia Cole.
Heaven Sent was still my favorite song. Sent from heaven.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You made your whole life trying to figure. God, that was my shit.
I should have cheated. Was dope.
Yeah. Oh, I should have cheated.
Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah. Let It Go. I did Let It Go too as well.
What's
when Missy said kick him all straight to the curb like Beckham?
Right. Right.
I was like, bitch, kick.
Honey.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
And I changed my mind. I forgot about that song.
I don't want. Yeah, that's that one. But that was when Kanye was on his little run.
No more.
Yeah. She had some bops.
She had some bops. Yeah. She had some bops.
A nice little run.
1000%. Yeah. 1000%.
So I'm glad to see her. So I hope she's monetizing this. I hope she out here on tour for the next year. You know, I hope she pop up in random places because, like, even ESPN First Take, they were at I forget what university, some HBCU. And the crowd was just singing their hearts out through that song. You see Shannon Sharp and what's his face? I see his face. I see it. Can't think of his name. Who's on First Take? Shannon Sharp and damn, man. I know everybody's screaming at the thing. Josh, tell us. I can't think of his name. I see his face right now. Anyway,
I don't even know. But yeah, I saw that video too of them all literally at that football game, like singing it.
Singing their face off.
But you know, this should just go back to that conversation though. This younger generation wants to be us so bad though. I am not gonna lie. They are literally bringing back all the shit that we did in high school and middle school. Everything's coming back.
Wait a minute. Why is the youngest of this trio talking about the stuff we did? Because the reality of it is she was in diapers. God damn it. She was in diapers running around shitting on herself while we was out there. Hey, come on.
That's a word. That is a word.
But first of all, I can say because I'm in that 10-year minus plus window, okay? So I'm in that 10-year plus minus window, okay?
But it's different though. Like say like even there's like the age difference between even Dewan and I. Like say like because you know from like the age of like 21 down, 10 years is a massive. Like 21 in the clubs versus an 11-year-old listen to it is different, you know. So it's always just interesting to think that like now it's like it don't matter for shit. But like, man, there's a certain time frames where if you weren't there in time, you was missing out on some shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
no,
I mean, like that's who I was trying to think of.
Stephen A. Smith. But no, I mean, like a lot of the clothes from like the 90s, like a lot of that style, like the baggy clothes, the baggy pants, it's all back. The color blocking clothes,
it's
the like the fucking multi-denim patches, all like the fringe,
all the 90s aesthetic is back.
Yeah. All the 90s aesthetic
shopping
is
this
back.
past weekend and try some of it on, and I looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, oh my God. I feel like when I worked at the Buckle right now, like I looking at myself, I was like, okay, I'm a little older. I could tell I'm a little older. The hair a little thinning, but But I looked at myself in that mirror. I was like, oh my God, the aesthetic is all the way back.
Mm-hmm.
And it threw me back to high school. And it tripped me the fuck out. I was like, oh my God. I was like, I don't know if I like this on me or not right now because
like I remember,
don't know how to feel.
I remember when I was in high school and it was like 1994, I was graduating. And I remember that was also like 93, 94. That was when like when like the 70s stuff started coming back. Yeah. You know, so like there was like a whole refresh of like bell-bottom jeans and like flower power t-shirts and like, you know, all I can say is just my life's a little, you know? Yeah. And I was just like, this is like the 70s. What? I didn't really get it. And now like, now that I see it, it is so weird. Because people always say that everything cycles right back.
Yeah.
It is so
it's bad.
Weird.
And I'm definitely seeing it. I've even seen some little kids with the fucking pencil eyebrows, yo. Like I've seen the eyebrows start to come back.
Oh no. Leave that one. One.
It's official. It is.
Well, I guess Doja got them pencils now, so that makes sense.
Yes, I mean
and
Lord, and they're gonna be mad in about 10 years when they eyebrows don't grow back. It happened to my friends in high school. It's gonna happen to your ass now too.
Look, at least we got microblading now. We got a whole lot of tricks and bobbles to, you know, like
the makeup game has gotten a little better.
The whole situation.
Yeah, it has gotten better.
Just get back to those blocked eyebrows of the early Kylie Jenner days. Well,
oh my God.
Still got that shit. Too much makeup. But yeah, no, I literally, and I bought a pair of pants and I'm still debating. I'm like, am I going to keep these or not? Like, I feel it's making me feel some kind of way like I'm trying. Like, this is the first, like, cycle of new clothing where it's making me feel like, oh my God, am I trying right now? Am I trying to fit it?
That's a really good, like, self-reflective question to ask. Because there are things like, you went through it because it was nouveau. It was new to you. And it was the thing. But like, if you've been there and then you're recapturing that, like,
I'm like,
that is a tough
and the outfit
thing.
is cute. The outfit's cute, but I'm like, oh my God. Are they gonna look at me and be like, why are you wearing a
old ass
now? Like, right, exactly. Yo old ass about to turn 40 and wear these wide ass leg pants.
And I think that's part of my thing, because sometimes I see these young people and I'll be like, damn, you eating that.
Right.
Okay, like you look good. I like that. Like I rocked that one day.
Yep.
And then I go to try to rock him, but no, get your ass out that. That's not for you.
Yeah.
Like,
I can't do it.
That kind of,
I'm not even going
kind
there.
of bringing it around.
Nope.
And exactly, and that's my thing. I have now learned that everything ain't for everybody. That is not for me. This new bringing the trend back around is not for me. And I'm going to dress my age. I'm going to dress how I am to let them know I'm not. Why am I trying to hang out and look like these young people anyway?
I'm going to tell you. I am enjoying my old man sexy right now. I am really enjoying it. I'm loving my style. I'm loving my shit. Like, I'm not trying to be like none of these. I don't need no goddamn pearl necklaces. I don't need no necklaces. I don't need
in your windows. Yes,
we're talking about, but you live in New York. You can plenty.
She's conservative.
But you know what? I will say this though. I think another reason why this trend is coming back though is because of the economy though. Like, shit is expensive these days. And honestly, to pull out a lot of the looks now is just thrifting. Like, a lot of them are literally just going to Goodwills and other thrift stores to find a lot of this old clothing.
Have you been to some of these thrift stores though? Now you might as well go buy new.
Yes,
like, some of these thrift stores now are so fucking expensive.
Especially on the East Coast. They are crazy expensive.
It's insane.
Like, I was gonna say, because over here,
am I buying this at a thrift store?
Oh, girl, because I live in the Pacific Northwest, so that's the aesthetic over here, girl. So they
But no, like say if you want like a denim jacket, like I remember like a year ago, I was like, I kind of want me like just a denim jacket that's maybe a little worn in, or I don't want to wait for mine to like wear down the way I want it to. bitch, no, I'm gonna buy a new and
have to buy
run
new.
over this shit with my car and everything because like it was so. I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah, they're like
it was over $100.
Mm-hmm. That's
over
ridiculous.
$100.
Yep.
Oh, bitch! Oh no, that is a wild.
Yeah.
Thrifting is a thing here. Thrifting is a thing. I remember when I first moved out here, and like after a year, I thrifted a lot of like my volleyball clothes that I had from the school that I taught at, I coached at in Minneapolis. And this is how I know how the universe, because I found this school down the street. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to coach at this school. It was another Catholic school. And I was like, I don't know. I said I was done coaching at the other school in Minneapolis, but my spirit says I need to. When I showed up to the first day to coach, why did one of the girls have on the shirt that I thrifted from my previous school? And I was like, yep, meant to be here.
Providence.
Meant to be here.
I be looking for signs like that too. That's funny you say that, because when we moved here to Philly, like it was just very overwhelming. And I was like, I just need, and God knows how my brain works. Just tell me concretely so I can move on and stop thinking about this shit. And literally the road that's down here is called Freeland Road. And I was like, I'm from Freeland, Michigan. Like, I was like, come on now. Thank you, Lord. That's the right house that we supposed to be in.
That's the right house.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You got to look for it. And sometimes then you start questioning, like, okay, maybe I'm overlooking now. And,
but you had a physical sign, bitch. You had a physical sign.
Literally, the sign was a physical sign. Literally.
That's hilarious.
The sign was a physical ass sign. It can't be no more concrete than that, Correll.
No.
And my ass was like, well, maybe it's just coincidence. Bitch, you asked for it, and that is an actual sign, ho. Sit your ass down. That's what God was saying. Sit your ass down.
That's all I got. You got to do the work. You pray without working, just a prayer.
Honey.
So get to work, bitch.
Period.
Look for the sign that you didn't pray for.
And you said it's a physical ass sign. Like, it's an actual ass sign. And your ass was still like, well, maybe
she didn't manifested that.
Honey, it's so true. But like, I always like, but that's funny. It's just like, I believe in that like, you'll see what you need to see, but like, yep, okay, I'm good. I'm where I need to be in this moment in time.
Yes, 1000%.
All right, you know what? Let's take a quick little tea break, and then we'll get to Ask Yo Aunteas. We interrupt this episode for very important information.
That's right. You've been asking for it for a long time, and we have heard you.
Yep, it's been a long time coming, but it's finally here.
Yo Aunteas
got
merch! Hey! That's right. You know what? We got tees, we got long tees, we got sweatshirts, we got fanny packs, there's just a whole gamut of stuff out there, so go and check that out.
We are so appreciative of your love and support, and we are so excited to launch it. Girl, where can we find us at?
Ma'am, they can head right over to MinoriTeaReport.com to check out the selection.
That's right. That's MINORITEA report.com.
Woo! I'm about to go get me some myself. All righty, ladies. Here we go. What time is it?
Ask your
And if you're new to the podcast, I mean, we kind of take it for granted now. Those that have been listening for a minute, and this is episode 251, so you got a lot of episodes to catch up on, some good ones. And actually, you know what? Now that I say that, what are there any that pop into your mind that they should catch up on? I mean, like, we've had some awesome guests, we've had some funny ass moments, and obviously in a few weeks too, like, we'll have our best of our 2023 episodes. But anything that for the new listeners potentially in the next few weeks that they should definitely check out.
The one where I'm high, that one for sure.
Oh God, and I don't even remember what episode number that is, but
girl, I just remember it was. August, and I want to say it was. I want to say it was 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago.
It was 2.
I think it was called maybe like Highest in the Room.
Highest in the Room. I don't think the episode is called that, but I think we definitely did last year. One of the best ofs is. Yeah. For last year, it was that one. But honey, I was on Saturn. I was not ready for that.
She was the highest in the room.
Honey, I was the highest on the block.
Honey.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready.
Yeah, like that was a good one. Like, I mean, the Michelle Williams one is great. That was last year from Destiny's Child. That was really trips me out.
Yeah, super dope. Oh, Frank Gaston from this year was amazing.
Was a great one.
Yep.
I also I like the finding a black friend. Find a community.
that was hilarious.
That was one of my favorite ones, especially from this year. So,
and honestly,
let's not give out too much though, because we got some best.
We got some coming up. That's true. That's true. But even we've recorded through COVID. We've recorded through Black Lives Matter. Yeah. So I mean, there's some early episodes to definitely check out that still right. Like I just remember even during the Black Lives Matter one, like us almost just like breaking down. We were just like at wit's end some of those weeks. So I haven't listened to those episodes in a while. I almost need to go back and listen.
You know what?
Those are hard for me because y'all know I'm from Minneapolis. So I just remember being in tears and just like going off, and that was just really emotional. I have not been able to go back and listen to those.
I remember year 1 and 2 when we were still recording like 2.5 hour episodes.
Yeah. Oh, girl.
And I remember we like almost every other episode we would get into an argument with one another about something. Over nothing.
We had some petty ass moments early on.
I low key would love to go back and try to just get the snippets of some of those arguments, because I could just the black boy joy of trying to get your point across to somebody else who's trying to get their point across, and ain't nobody listening, nobody. And this was not entertaining for anyone.
We definitely settled into a groove where we just know, but before we were fighting for that spotlight.
I said
what I'm trying to say, you not listening to me.
Look. Everybody was trying to be Whoopi at the table, bitch. Everybody was. Like,
the community, they rocked with us, but I remember y'all gave us so much feedback. Like, damn, y'all arguing again. I just had to skip it 20 minutes to get into the next segment.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
those were the days.
Damn, I haven't listened to those. So so there's a lot out there. So
you know what? Another throwback though that I have to think about, because now we're talking about just random things in the past.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, when we did the first reunion, or like the first anniversary, and we had the first live, and we know the first Zoom. And
oh my God!
They came in with the Sonic the Hedgehog.
So much so, I think we named that episode that one.
Yeah, that Zoom, he had the cat brush. Girl, we fell out.
That Zoom was a mess, and there was so much stuff that went on within the context of that Zoom.
Right. Oh my God! Yeah. Oh my God!
I'm not dropping names.
Oh, it's all coming back. Oh, that's right.
Because I don't think they listen anymore. And it wasn't our fault. It was not our fault. They were lubricated. they had a whole lot of liquid courage, and
that's what. Yeah. Anyway, this Instagram popped up the other day, and I was like, "Damn, I forgot about this human being."
Right.
I hope they still listening. I hope they know what I'm saying.
Too. Yeah.
Because it is what it is. You know, we all go through some things. Yeah. But anyway, so Ask Yo Aunteas is a segment that we do most weeks, and it allows the community and us to kind of correspond, directly. But really just send in your questions that you just have needed guidance or advice or insight or whatever it may be. So this week,
and our advice that we offer is for entertainment purposes only.
Period.
They represent us. They don't represent the companies that we technically work for and all those other things. Just putting it out there.
So don't. It barely represent. It's just Corel in the moment. It might even represent future Corel. But in the moment, this is what I'm thinking and feeling. It is what it is.
Yes.
So this week it says, "Hey aunties, I recently moved to Europe, Germany, to pursue a career opportunity. I will be here for a few years at least, and I love to travel. I know y'all are well traveled. Hey, Auntie Shar. Forgot about the rest of it. Okay, now we travel to home.
Hey.
And looking for some help, tips, and recommendations. I am looking to explore as much of Europe as possible, and much of it will be solo. I love solo traveling. As a Black man, first and foremost, and a Black gay man, what have been some European cities, countries that y'all have enjoyed, and why? Are there some places that y'all absolutely recommend? Places to avoid? My tastes and interests are diverse. I've recently done Folsom Europe, Berlin, and did some historical sightseeing in Vienna, and love both things. From mild to wild, I am open to all recommendations. So before maybe we even give our thoughts, community, we want y'all to chime in, because there's so much out there, especially in Europe, that we probably just don't know. So if there's folks that are in Europe right now or have been to Europe extensively, let us know. So we'll put this as a clip on social media, and comment below. Give us some recommendations for this community member to see in Europe, and what would you recommend from wild to mild and mild to wild and all in between.
I don't got much. Y'all know I've only been to Paris, so in the south of France. So I ain't got much. And on top of that, I really don't do much. Like, I don't go out. I don't.
You
The
did
fact
in
that you said
Paris,
you did
girl.
Folsom, the fact, I mean, for Beyonce, yes, absolutely, 1000% I did. But the fact that you said you done Folsom, Europe, Berlin, girl, you be out there.
Yeah.
You be doing some things.
And that's the
So
one I want to go to.
so I know that, bitch, I ain't got shit for you. Because, girl, let me tell you, mama be home by midnight in the PJs, in the bed, covers, okay? So, next. That's all I got.
Duan, any places that you've been that you would highly recommend off the jump?
Okay. There's a bunch of places that I would definitely recommend. I'm gonna try to keep it to off, I guess, a little bit off the beaten path, because yes, there are the major cities and in major countries, right? I definitely recommend Budapest. It's phenomenal. You've been to Vienna. Vienna's beautiful. It was untouched by Hitler, because they were Hitler sympathizers. But it's as a result of that, it's very stately and beautiful. But Budapest is super, super, super old world. And it's two cities that are divided by the Danube River, and you've got the beautiful castle that's on the top of the Buda side, and then you have the city side, and it's old and filled with history, and the food is really good there. Definitely recommend that. Prague obviously is just phenomenal. It's kind of the Paris. It's known as the Paris of the East, so definitely recommend checking that out. I know, our listener and friend Adam Trianero, who's currently in Italy right now, is from Czech, and so the Czech Republic, and so I think he would agree with that. Moving a little bit further westbound, I would say in Italy, definitely check out Florence. Rome was nice and historical, but I found there to be a really lovely charm with Florence specifically. And you're just literally an hour train ride away from places like Cinque Terre, the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and the whole Tuscany countryside. Going south and back east a little bit to Greece, I would highly recommend. I personally did not like Mykonos, to be honest with you. It was fine, but it was very, very touristy, very, very crowded. But I would recommend Ios and Milos. Milos is known by the Grecian people as the island that has the most beautiful beaches, and honey.
Which place had you on the tables?
Well, that was Mykonos. And it wasn't my fault.
I know he talked about the fine waiter. He talked about this and that. All them Mykonos. And he's like, Mykonos is okay.
That's what I was
breaking dishes like Rihanna.
I will say that if you do go to Mykonos, then I would highly, highly, highly recommend going to Namos Village. It's a little pricey, and it's a little out of the way, but it is that's where I was dancing on the tables. So
would it be good for a solo traveler? Like since it is more crowded, would you be able to meet people there? Or
Yeah,
would you
well,
need
yeah,
to, go with friends?
No, you don't. No, it's Greece, so you can go in. You can go anywhere and meet anybody, honey. It's Greece. You will enjoy it. What else? I mean, I'm a huge fan of Paris. I love that city. I love the vibe of it. I love the like. I haven't spent as much time outside of Paris specifically, just because I love it so much. But I would definitely recommend going there. European cities. What else? There's a lot that I haven't been that's definitely on my list, but I would say those are some of the tops. Something that's off the beaten path that I would highly recommend if you want something that is beautiful and picturesque and not super overly crowded, but just like feels like old world Europe, go to Bruges. Bruges is in Brussels.
Brussels, yeah.
Brussels.
Or like right out.
It's literally an hour away from it's an hour away
in Belgium.
It's in Belgium, but it's an hour away from Brussels, was what I meant to say.
Right.
And it is stunning. It is literally like walking into a fairy tale. You're looking for, Snow White and Cinderella and, like all of them. Like
and the dwarfs. All of them.
All of them. It is phenomenal. Phenomenal. What about you, Crow?
Yeah, no, I heard that because I've only been a few places. I've only been to London only. I guess, some people want to go to there, but I've been to London, I've been to Paris, I've been to Amsterdam. We took the train from Paris to Amsterdam and just driving that countryside from there to there. It's just gorgeous out there. And Corey's been to a lot of places in Belgium, and he wanted to stop. I forget why we didn't, but he said the same thing. He's like, Belgium. Like he just said, it's just so picturesque and it's so amazing. So he always loved Belgium. I loved London. I really did. London,
what did you like about it?
Was just part of it is just London's almost kind of like New York, where you always just hear about London and things like that. So to actually finally see that stuff in person, I was like, oh shit, this is dope. So. And then I went to Wimbledon, so that was just right up my alley. So just to kind of see outside of London, so kind of more the countryside and the suburbs of that region. It's something that's totally outside of just the business of London was pretty cool. You can't go wrong with Paris. Paris is as gaudy and picturesque and beautiful. And
Paris has everything. Paris has everything. It's got shopping. It's got underground sex clubs. It's got over the ground sex clubs. It's got I'm trying to relate this back to Mr. Folsom Europe. But Paris has everything.
Literally, Corey and I saw one of the most beautiful human beings I've ever seen in my life at a gay bar in Paris. He's one of the bartenders. We still got that little creep picture on our phone, and every once in a while, I'm like, "Oh, you got that picture still?" Fucking gorgeous. Amsterdam was awesome. It's probably another top 3 gorgeous people that tried to pick Corey and I up, and we was about it. But then the whole bar followed us, we were at the Eagle, and it creeped the guy out. So we was about to do some things at the Eagle with this. He was Turkish, bright blue eyes, dark features, stocky. We just talked about him recently too. That man had both Corey and I feeling some things, But Amsterdam is just another city that's just gorgeous. I just feel like all of Europe, since it's just so old, you could literally just hop on the train from Germany and just be like, I'm just going to pick a train station. Even some lower named places that I probably don't even know exist in this world. But I'm just going to get off at this train stop and be there for the evening and the night and go for it. But then obviously there's the stereotypical gay scenes like the Sitges, the Barcelonas, we hear Madrid Pride. We were actually during Madrid Pride. And they said, why the hell are you up here in Paris right now? Everybody's in Madrid. They're all the gays are in Madrid right now. So even all the Europeans still go to those particular prides and things like that. So check out the Pride season.
I'm
end of August.
I can't wait. That'll be my first time going to another place and going to Berlin. So I'll be doing Berlin Pride for our bachelor party next year. So community member, just know, your auntie will be in the neighborhood.
Absolutely.
You already did Folsom Berlin. So
I'll send you who it is. Obviously we keep people's names anonymous at this point, but But yeah, so and community, again, if you're listening to this episode and you're like, bitch, he gotta go here. Y'all ain't said here. Portugal, whatever it may be. Like, let us know. And especially as gay Black men, already just like, at least here in the States, there's not that many Black specific queer events. Like, especially if you want maybe more of a circuit party and things like that, maybe more of the wild side. It's very far few here in the States. So I would imagine just across the world, there's not that many. Obviously, there's just different nationalities and things like that to kind of to pick up on some of that. And then honestly, you're closer to, I mean, maybe the Middle East is a little tough right now, but you're close to those regions as well.
Yeah.
See if there's something like in a Turkey, something in Egypt, something in Morocco.
No, not Egypt.
You know,
no, not
like
Egypt.
Yeah, Egypt's kind of tough now too. But like a Morocco or something, it's just like
not Morocco. Not Morocco.
Nope. Never mind. Stay your ass in Europe.
Yeah.
But like maybe there's some other places
you can go to Lebanon,
that aren't as maybe war torn or just maybe touchy right now that you could to go to. But that's a huge opportunity when you're over there, just to go and hop around. And again, train is so easy over there.
Hop on, hop under, hop in, hop
what
around.
You gotta do.
I would say that
how it was.
I would say that as a black gay man traveling in Europe, it's a very different experience, especially being a Black gay man that's from the US, because we a different kind of Black. And racism does exist in a certain form, but it's really more around immigrants versus like Blacks. And you get attention, like a lot of attention as
you getting them, them gays, like GAZ, like the looks.
Yes.
It's like, damn, okay. It's like, okay, he looking. Hold on, I'm with my husband, but come on.
It's very.
I got some looks in the south of France, and I was just like the Homer Simpson meme, bitch. I just backed up into the bushes, bitch. I was like, nope. Gotta fight to catch to get back home.
Which is a very counter experience, being Black in America, where it's almost like you have to fight to be seen. Whereas when, at least in my experience, when I'm traveling abroad, like I don't really have that experience at all. And it's very freeing to be in a completely different country and just be seen for who you are and appreciate it for how you are. And that's just it. And it doesn't come with all the heavy, fetishisms that come with like being in the US and that. So have fun, enjoy every bit of the 2 years that you're going to be there. Travel often. Hopefully that you'll find, that you'll make some really good connections in the city that you're in, and, take day trips, take weekend trips, hop on Ryanair, pay $25 to fly out to wherever they're going for the weekend. Just do some exploring. Get your passport stamped, get your ass stamped, get your titty stamped. Like, just enjoy the whole
stamp,
thing.
Get that mouth stamp, get everything stamped. Do some stamping yourself. Honey, period. And honestly, like, I'm not sure if you're into sports too. Like, I would want to go to a lot of European Premier League and
the soccer games. Yes,
the Olympics are there next year.
Yeah,
go to the fucking
Olympics
in Paris.
Olympics is going to be in Paris.
So that's what I would really
part
want
of our
to
trip when we go to Berlin is going to see going to see volleyball, women's volleyball. Because my friend is one of the assistant coaches for the U.S. women's volleyball team. When we go out there, we'll do a couple days there, and I'm gonna go to Paris and I'm gonna watch a couple games at the Olympics. Then bring my Black ass on back home.
There we go. So so there's a lot of cool opportunities. Make me want to be like, damn, do I need to look for a job opportunity out there? Shit, do we take Minority Report on the road?
We got a community member out there right now in Paris. Right? I mean, we don't know if y'all in the same area, but
yeah. And honestly, that's the other thing I wanted to say. There are Facebook groups, like there's one called Black Circuit Men that I belong to. That some of it's like specific, a lot of it's more specific maybe to the US, but I do see them. I typed out there just in the search Europe, and people are like, "Oh, I'm going to Folsom. I'm going to this Pride. I'm going to connect." There's ways to connect. The internet has made the world a lot smaller to really find what you need to. So check out that. We have our Facebook group on Facebook as well. Go out there and see who's over there in Europe. Connect with the community members. That's what this is for.
There are a lot of community members that are that are in Europe, and so definitely recommend you reaching out.
1000%. So continue to send your questions. That was a good one. That was a little different kind of spin of ones that we've had. But send your questions to aya@minoriteareport.com. DM us or send it to the T line. Give us a call and you can hear your voice if you want to, by the way. If not, we'll listen to it and then write it down. But if you want your voice out there, it is, and I'm going to give you 1-844-T-LINE, 1-844, that's TEALINE, at 1-844-832-5463.
She put that shit in the chat. Cheat code.
Right, exactly. So I don't forget.
I ain't mad at it.
I might have to tape it up here like my screen or something. Give me a little post-it note because I ain't going to remember that. I know T-Line, and that's why it's like, hopefully y'all remember T-Line and just look at your phone like, okay, with the T, with the E, like that old
T9 testing.
T9 texting.
Yep.
I know. We should have got like one of those numbers like them lawyers, the 777777777.
Right. But, we had to see what was available out there. There was a couple other ones were like, okay, that ain't out there. It ain't available. So, and then quickly here, I know we're kind of over time here, but y'all see two things actually. One, the baby talking about like his whole I could have made $200 million this no more, but I'm cancellation. Okay. And talk about the gays if you want to, ho. See what happens.
Keep talking. Go ahead.
And the thing is, like, I watched that interview because I just like Shannon Sharp. I kind of like that show, the Shay or whatever. But he was talking about like, oh, I needed to sit down. It was God's way of making me sit down. No, ho, like. You were saying some shit about people that you should have been saying shit about.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's gotten the lesson yet. Exactly.
He got checked.
and he's gotten to life to that point without getting checked. So he thought that he was this big rapper, which he was. And I liked the baby actually before that. And then you got a reality check that, like, no, that shit is you saying is some stereotypes. It's this old trope that people use to like go against our community. And you had to sit your ass down because people pulled out. It's like, no, we don't want to associate with you now. So I hope that's the lesson that you learned. Not that you lost out on this $200 million and that, it gave you a chance to rest and all this stuff and refine yourself. I hope refining yourself was part of learning about the LGBTQIA plus community and why what you said was horrible. That's what I'm still waiting on for you to learn.
And if nothing else, you understand the buying power and the withholding power that our community has. So you ain't gotta like. You ain't got to agree, but you will respect.
I mean, that $200 million was just going to go to a height adjustment. So, whatever.
Well, that's the reason they call him the baby.
The baby. Right.
A little knock knees.
Maybe he didn't miss out. Maybe you're right. That was God telling him to sit down.
Honey.
Say the baby.
Sit back in that booster chair.
His raps are fire, though. I ain't going to lie.
I literally, the baby had me. He had me. I was like, okay, out of all these new rappers, the baby dope.
And I'm still waiting to find out what happened to 2 Chainz. Like, where his ass at? He needs to.
He just came out with a new album.
When?
Actually, they don't even. Last weekend, him and Lil Wayne. It's good too.
It's good. It's actually good.
And it's funny. Actually, it's still waiting to hear for 2 Chainz. Like, they don't know that episode yet.
Welcome to college.
Yeah, no, it's good. Yeah. It's good. It reminds me of like some old school, just like what made me fall in love with 2 Chainz and Wayne, honestly. And like Manny Fresh did this one beat, and it sounded like some old like Cash Money shit. Like he used a lot of his old sounds on it. I was like, oh, this dope. Yeah. Speaking of another album, what do you think of the Brandy Christmas album, Jarrell?
Oh.
Yup. It was the side for me too. I told you they don't need to be doing no brand new Christmas songs.
So here's the thing. I do not hate the album.
What?
I've actually listened to the album a couple times. I actually have listened to it a couple of times in the morning at the gym. Completely. Okay. The only real issue that I have with the album is that they do most of her vocals in that airy kind of type voice. And I would like a fuller voice from her. Right. And that's my biggest gripe with the album is that she sings like that the whole entire album. every now and then she'll have a song where she gives you full voice, and it's not just like head voice, it's chest voice. But I like chest voice Brandy more than I like head voice Brandy.
Here's
But
what
I will
happened to
say
Brandy
this.
in regards to that. I think the vocal Bible name has gotten to her. She was running and riffing this whole fucking album.
Beautiful.
And she's hitting them.
Yeah,
but
hitting them.
Old Brandy didn't have to prove that. Old Brandy would like sing straight and then hit a riff out the blue. You're like, damn, this bitch singing. Now I feel like she is. It was almost the Christina Aguilera effect, where
let me show you what I can
when
do.
Christina first came out, you're like, okay, this bitch could sing, and then she would hit us with some moments. But then bitches started saying she could sing, and then she wanted to prove she could sing. That's what this Christmas album sounded like to me, and it sounds very disingenuous to me.
I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't say that it's disingenuous. I would say that I feel like she tried to go into the softer side of Christmas. Like people think it's very like they think Christmas and they think kind of airy softy, and which is true. Like some people like that version of Christmas. Like there's plenty of people out there that love that style of Christmas. What I would have preferred from Brandy was just more of that just fuller, authentic R&B voice from her instead. So I don't think it's bad. I just think she had a particular type of vision of what Christmas was. She wanted her Christmas song, like album to. Oh, stop!
She can.
Let me tell you.
Are you going to listen to this next Christmas?
Let me tell you. I like Christmas gift. Christmas gift with her daughter. I think is really cute.
And she sounds a lot like Brandy. That was weird. That was tripping me out.
I heard it. I was like, wait, what's going on? Okay. I like that song from her. And then there was another song on there that I really
There was like one like right before that I was like, okay.
Yeah, I think it was Christmas Party for Two that I liked. And then I like the I think it was the Christmas Every Day. I like that song as well. So there were actually a couple of songs that I actually I've saved and added to my playlist that I will keep in rotation that I actually liked. And that's just because it's a different form of Christmas songs.
Okay.
I listen to someone who listens to like Michael Bublé Christmas, who listens to jazz Christmas, who listens to like a variety of different Christmas styles. And that's kind of the approach that I got from this album, that she wanted to have her own type of kind of Christmas album that didn't sound like everyone else.
It sure don't.
Yeah.
I was mad. I'm not going to lie. I was mad. I just felt like it was Brandy trying to prove something that she could sing. And I was like, you didn't need to riff and run everywhere. We know you can riff and run. And then like what made me start to get really mad was that Have Yourself a Little the Merry Christmas version. I was like, you did not need to change this damn song like this. This is not good. This is not good. So it rubbed me the wrong way. And the rest of the album, I was sitting just mad. Because I was like, at least for her first one, Brandy could have given us a classic Christmas album that we would be like, damn, we playing this whole album for the rest of our lives every Christmas. Because she has that tone, she has that ability, she's, and she went too far with it. And so I adore Brandy. I grew up listening to Brandy. Brandy's in my top 5. Like, I love Brandy with all of my heart. This one made me mad. It made me upset. It genuinely did. And like you said, there was a couple moments where I was like, okay, there's maybe 2-3 songs that I'm like, okay, I will listen to this maybe again. Maybe again is the key word. But I don't think there's going to be anything that's going to crack my playlist that I want to listen to year in, year out. Maybe the Christmas for Two. Maybe that's the new one that I'll throw in there. The rest of it, I'm like, there's so many versions that are so much better, and she can out-sing 99% of the other ones that I like. And that's what made me so upset.
I think here is part of the issue. We got the Samara Joy album like the week before, and it just like blew the roof off of everything. That honestly, just can't hold a can like
No,
you just
and
can't
it
hold a
sucks
candle
because it's
to.
Brandy. Like
And
I
I
wanted to.
and I wanted to be up there, but what I had to do was just separate the two. And I like the album, but I will say this though, Carell, I do kind of feel like she just kind of put the album out.
Yes, and that's the other thing. Brandy, you don't. Oh, she's just too good. She's too important to music. She's just too everything to do that. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it like. Let I'm trying to think. Let Kesha just throw out a Christmas album. Let somebody, just like one of them throw something out there. Not you, Brandy. No. You no. I listened to it. I was like, I cannot wait to talk to Jarrell about this shit because I am upset right now. I'm upset right
now. I think the biggest difference is you have this producer music mind that sees a different. I didn't hate the album. I will still continue to listen to the album this Christmas season.
Dewan, listen to this album on your drive up here and let me
Dewan
know.
Ain't gonna like it. Dewan ain't gonna like it. Dewan is not gonna like it. I already know. I already know.
Am I tripping? Maybe let's ask the community.
I don't even like Christmas music like that. So I'm
look, and first and then mind you, we going to see her girl do a Christmas tour, and that's not even the music she want to hear her sing. So
right.
And we found out that she's doing non-Christmas songs too.
I did see some of this pop up.
Mm-hmm.
I
have not watched anything. I have not watched anything. I'm gonna
hold my thoughts until after we all see it, and then when we
don't forget to bring your binoculars.
That's okay. I have the cute little RuPaul ones. Looking down at her like, bitch.
It's probably actually better that way after what I heard.
But anyway, community. Oh, and then the Color Purple. Are you guys gonna go see the Color Purple? Have you been seeing some of the?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I just went and saw the Marvels, which I do encourage everyone to go see the Marvels. Okay, it was fantastic. It's a all female woman cast that was fantastically done. I believe a Black woman also directed it as well too.
Yep.
So please go and see the Marvels. It is worth, just even for the representation alone, of making sure that these continue the type of stories be told within the Marvel cinematic universe, which they have not been doing the best job.
There's been a lot of criticism for how they have been ruining the storylines.
But let me tell you,
trying to crank them out so fast.
Loki season 2,
fire,
and I will say that the storyline was meh. Okay. But the women, fantastic. Okay. Looked great. Kicked ass.
Oh,
and then
that's all I need to hear.
And then the post credit.
I've heard rumblings, and I'm mad that I'm hearing rumblings because I want to go see the movie. But
fantastic.
Right here.
Oh, maybe we can see it this weekend.
We could do that.
Yeah, we can go see a little matinee on Friday or something.
Okay. Corey would probably want to go, but we'll figure that out. Yes.
Well, so the reason why I said the Marvels is because there is a new Color Purple trailer that they play during the previews.
Okay.
And that new preview looked so.
It looks great.
Yeah.
So good. Y'all.
Shout out to Fantasia right now. You can tell they're put her in the rounds right now for Oscar season. She's looking incredible. Whoever's styling Fantasia right now is doing it in a manner that is still true to like Fantasia, but elevated. It's like still kind of like a little hood, a little black, like
She's getting like the Jennifer Hudson treatment.
Yes, you could tell because Oprah out here like everywhere with her, like they doing the rounds. They are doing the rounds.
I just can't see another I know we didn't talk about this, but I just can't see another. You and us, we belong together. I just,
But here's the thing, though. This is a musical, though. Yeah, this is a musical, so it's different.
The Broadway play was
and it's definitely different than.
I hate fantasy trauma. I'm sorry.
That's true too.
I just for me, I will cheer from the sidelines or what. I just I might even buy tickets and just not go. But
Yeah.
you like vote with my dollars. But
Yeah.
I hate paying to see trauma. I want fantasy.
Yeah. I get that.
My girl.
But I
like,
will say this. I think from the music perspective, though, you will like it. Like Haley, her, Taraji, Fantasia. Like there are some fantastic singers in this movie. Mm-hmm. Like from the music perspective alone, outside the story, because I'm with you with the storyline, I think you'll be hooked on the music alone.
Yeah, I mean, Coleman Domingo's in it.
Yeah,
Danielle
Coleman's
Brooks is reprising her role in it.
Yes.
So a lot of people that were on the Broadway play that like won Tony Awards and things like that are back in it. I think it's. I feel like it's gonna be good. But I agree. It's a trauma story for sure.
I might feel different. In the month of December. The Holy Spirit and the Christmas spirit might touch my little crusty old heart and be like, nigga, get your ass out of this movie.
Get your ass in the seats.
So who knows? But yeah.
And then I know that we're extra long. There's just a lot, I guess, going on. And then shout out to Cassie. I feel for you. And I mean, there was a lot of rumblings over the years about Diddy. And for them to settle this lawsuit within 24 hours of it being out there.
Yep.
I know it's innocent until proven guilty, but you don't see a lot of these lawsuits get settled that quickly.
Honey, he said, what's the amount?
He said, don't put my crazy ass business on these streets.
After he done made her shave her head and everything, she ain't got to do nothing else for the rest of her life.
And I was reading some of the allegations, and I was like,
yeah.
So, and I mean, like
Angelica was talking about this. Angelica was talking about this. There's some people out there that have been doing some shady shit for a long time, and we've been celebrating their asses. And like stuff is starting to people are starting to get fed up, and it's starting to come to light. And the difference between this situation and the situation with Will Smith is that she's telling her own story. It ain't secondhand tea from somebody who's trying to ride the coattails of somebody else's situation. So, believe the victims.
Yeah. Because especially this was there was just over the years rumblings as there were already. So it's just like she finally got her power and just said, you know what, I'm ready.
Good for her.
Yeah.
And she did.
I just hate the amount of people. I just hate the amount of people who attacked her, in the sense of being like, oh, like it can't be true if she took the money. Like if you really felt some kind of way, then taking the money, there's no amount of money that would have stopped it. And stop me from saying something
for
that part. For you.
And there's no guarantee that she would have the amount of funds that she needed to take this to court against Diddy, who's a billionaire.
Mm-hmm.
And that plays into the legal system.
And the reality of it is that the amount of courage and vulnerability and exposure to share your experience through depositions, not even in the courtroom where you got 50 million people, through video and in the room and whatnot, staring at you, like to relive that experience and to be scrutinized by the cross-examining attorneys or whatever over these experiences, that people don't understand. People do not have compassion for victims and the experience that they have. Just like I'm sitting up here talking about, I don't want to be, paying to see trauma. You think that somebody wants to physically relive these experiences and have somebody sit on a stand and have your experience scrutinized and belittled and twisted? Trials are nothing to play with. So it's a lot of ignorant people talking about shit they don't know anything about. They watch some little, little Judge Judys and the Judge Mathises and whatnot from the comfort of their own home and think now all of a sudden they're experts and what other people need to mind your business.
Yeah. So, All right. Well, anything else on your hearts and minds? And again, welcome to all the DNR folks. Find us over there. Anything else?
One last thing. At the end of this week, December 1st is
Yes.
HIV Awareness Day. So I just wanted to, we wanted to make sure that we are doing our, part to raise awareness to the fact that HIV is still alive and well and doing things. And there is a lot of lack of education around self-care. And please, if you haven't tested yourself, your partner, get tested. There are treatments available, and even if not, just a peace of mind of knowing what your statuses are. And I would also encourage you, if there are nonprofit organizations in your community that's doing the work, please support them.
And to be clear, it's World AIDS Day, and there is a difference between HIV and AIDS as well too. So just want to make sure that we are clear. It's World AIDS Day. So, like Dewan said, it's important that you know your status. All right. And make sure that you're also celebrating. I believe on World AIDS Day we wear red. I believe red is the color that folks wear on World AIDS Day as well too. So just remember that it's important to be an ally. Right. It's about representation and just and about showing up for people in the community and people that you just know as well too. So it doesn't have to be that something that you personally go through. It's just about making sure we create a space and letting other folks know that we see them and we're here for them as well too. So
it's the red ribbon. The
red ribbon.
So, yep.
Yes.
And the theme this year says "Let communities lead." So I'm just trying to see if there's anything else out here important for us to say now. But yeah, there's obviously Google it. You know how to use Google. But yeah, thank you for bringing that up, Dewan. That's very pertinent. I see it here in my notes here and overlooked it. So appreciate you, boo. Anything else on your hearts and minds?
I love y'all.
Love y'all too.
Love the community.
And then I guess December too. December is gonna be a kind of a hodgepodge of episodes. There's gonna be some best of episodes coming up here. We have some good stuff. Introducing what we're calling an instant tea. So it's gonna be a couple little shorter episodes there, and it's Minority Report short. It's short to us, but it's probably longer than a lot of other podcasts. Just because we usually take a little rest, and then also I can't wait for the Beyonce movie, so we'll be talking about that as well. So some good episodes coming up. So wash your hands, wash your legs, wash your ass, and see ya next week.
Bye y'all.
See y'all next week. Bye y'all.